But one of the things I would want to say is that never be pressurized by parents or by peers because they are getting married. Marriage is a long journey, a life commitment, and you want to be ready. You want to be ready. And so you should not just jump into a relationship and simply because you want to be like your friends, commit to a relationship that you find difficult in the days of the future.
The issue of cheating, you know, before they used to say it's men who start cheating and like, you know, bring, you know, breakages in the relationship.
Yeah.
And now women are saying it's causal. My man is giving me reason to also cheat. How can we address such a thing?
Well, infidelity is a big thing in the institution. You cannot talk about a relationship and of marriage without addressing infidelity. And infidelity is really a no-go zone. The marriage bed must be kept pure. However, that is what is the right thing, but we know that it is not. Most of the messages I get, most of the clients I get are hurting so much as a result of the cheating. And so what can we do? I'll tell you something. Culture is really the key to the marriage, as I had said. And it has become culturally acceptable to cheat. As a matter of fact, if you're not cheating, something is wrong with you. I mean, if you don't have a relationship on the side, something is wrong. And so the way that the perception of a relationship and the macho man is one that should have a wife and two, be able to have, you know, the girlfriend on the side. And that is what is expected. Everybody gives a clap to that sort of situation. And so when you're meeting with the boys, sometimes they bring the girls along and the peer pressure is there for that. Unless there is a voice that says no, unless peer mentors and elder mentors are able to say no, then it becomes a challenge because it is expected of you and it is the way to go. And for the women, I met a lot of them who say that, you know, my husband does not love me the way I want to be loved. And so instead of fighting all the time, I find it better to just have a relationship, and so you don't have to go there. My husband does not provide for me financially the way I want to, so it's okay, he's good and we are happy, but I have somebody else who provides for the finances. You know, unless you are faithful to the relationship, you are not able to grow as partners. To grow emotionally, to grow spiritually, to grow intellectually, to grow socially with a common factor. And so I will just say infidelity may be very exciting for now. They say marital relationships are boring after a while. Yeah. I've been married 34 years and I tell you, it's good. 34 years down the line, I still have fun with the one man that I'm married to. And so
it's possible.
It's possible. Yeah. It's possible. It's a state of the mind, and the mind is a powerful tool. What you tell yourself is what becomes a reality. All I can say is multiple partners are dangerous. HIV is here with us. You can find not just HIV, but other you know, sexually transmitted diseases. Other than that, you will not be able to enjoy the relationship because of the guilt that you are encountering. You know, once you engage in other relationships, there is a guilt factor that remains with you. And so as you continue to process the guilt, it affects the relationship, and you're not able to grow in oneness as was intended for this relationship.
Jennifer, a little bit, let's go to the workplace. There's this notion, if you want this promotion, then you have to do this for you to get it. You have to have a relationship with the boss. It's got it to a point whereby married women or ladies who are in a relationship, your boss calls, then you wake up 6 in the morning to rush to work. But your husband says, like, you know what, sweetheart, I'll love you, you know. You don't. It's work first. It's the boss first. How can we change that? Because it's becoming a barrier in so many relationships.
Even as you say that, a lot of husbands have spoken to me on the subject. And you know, let's put it this way. Relationships have a hierarchy. And the first, in terms of the woman, the first relationship ought to be with God. Because without God, then even subsequent relationships are a challenge. The second relationship that is very significant is her relationship with her husband, and that comes second. And it must be fulfilled before a third relationship comes in. Doesn't matter where you work, what you do, doesn't matter how much you are needed in the office, you must be able to fulfill your duties and obligation with your husband before you can attend to your job. I know that the women of today consider career very, very important, and that's very important. Nevertheless, you can discuss it with your husband in terms of your reporting time, in terms of your engagement at the office, in terms of your expectations at the office, so that it is not uncomfortable for the relationship.
And some partners even like get spies, or they try to follow up what their partner is doing. They get someone, follow her or follow him,
Yes.
In the evening, give me details, everything that she or he
has done.
Is that important? Is it constructive?
It is important to the person, but it is wrong in my view. But I would want to say that one of the greatest foundations of a relationship is trust. And if you are not able to trust your partner, then that relationship is dysfunctional. And if you have to spend your time and energy following up someone because you want to know who they are speaking to, what they are doing, it simply means either you have caught them doing the wrong thing, or you yourself that is following up is so controlling, or you are actually doing something wrong yourself, so you find it difficult to trust somebody. But it's important that the relationship is based on trust. So I would say to these people, can you find a common ground on your fears, talk about them, and be able to work on your trust levels. I believe in freedom, and I thank God that my husband gives me freedom to do whatever I choose to do. But I want to say that he doesn't just give me this freedom because he thinks I deserve the freedom. I earned it. And so you need to earn the confidence of your woman or your man so that they can allow you to fly.
So yes. Trust and earning it.
Earning it. Yes.
And what about schools? We had so many cases, I don't know if it's a Kenyan problem where, we all want shortcuts. There's a big problem in universities, in colleges, when it comes to, you must be close to the lecturer or the supervisor for you to get this and that.
This and that.
What can we do? What can we tell the young people out there?
Well, it's the second time it's coming up, and I'm remembering you actually did say that at the office, you want a relationship with the boss so that you can be able to get a promotion. Yeah. Now you're at the university, you want a relationship with your lecturer so that you can get good grades. Let me put it this way, that a woman really ought to know that she's beautiful, even before she has been affirmed. She ought to know that God has given her great powers of influence and that she ought to use them positively. These things do have a way of catching up with us. And so if you're going to use your wit as a woman to be able to have a relationship with your boss so that you can get the promotion, you will get the promotion. And good for you because you have gotten the promotion. But two things will happen.